Part 2. Azure Moon. Blue Sea Moon. The Impregnable Fortress. When Claude steps down as its leader, the Leicester Alliance disbands, and its lords swear fealty to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. The chaos in the kingdom begins to dissipate as the people unite under Dimitri's rule. Riding this momentum, the Kingdom Army prepares to march south for a decisive battle against Imperial forces.
Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. As Gerald recapped, now that we, in the last part, we saved Claude from an assault from the Empire, and kept the Alliance capital, Deradru, from falling, and in this part, we will be continuing to assault the Empire, again! Since we've waited so long to actually finish that campaign. Yay, Caspar's birthday. Let's send him flowers. I'm not very good at tea parties.
We will finally have our decisive battle with the Empire this month.
The Eastern Lords are in the process of consolidating all of the troops within the entire kingdom. In addition, ever since Aryan Road's liberation, the Western Lords have been declaring their fealty, one after another.
Affairs within the kingdom have calmed down considerably, and we even managed to win over the Alliance.
Although it was a rough go at first, I'm starting to feel like we could actually win this.
That's true. Thinking back on it now, we've really come a long way.
We even have a lead as to where Rhea is located. It is as we predicted all along. If we are to rescue Rhea, then we must defeat the Emperor. If we're going to march from the Monastery to Inbar, then we'll have to cross the Great Bridge of Myrddin again, right?
Yes, I believe so. As we have gained the Alliance's support, we should not have any trouble this time. After the bridge, we can cross Gronder Field and head south. And then we'll take Mercius, the so-called impregnable fortress that towers on the other side.
An impregnable fortress?
Fort Mercius, I know of it. They say it rivals even Aryan Road.
Count Burgles, the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs, once had troops stationed there. But according to our spies, a large-scale military force has entered the stronghold. Perhaps they are gathering soldiers from various regions to compensate for their losses.
Should we try to avoid it?
If we try to avoid it, those troops will follow us and attack from the rear. It is best for us to handle the situation head-on. Once we take Fort Mercius, Enbar will be within reach. This is the Empire's last chance to stop us from arriving at our goal.
In other words, if we take this fort, then our blades will be at the Emperor's throat in no time.
If this is the last fort between us and them, then the Emperor will likely do everything she can to strengthen its defenses.
I just received a report on that very subject. The one commanding the troops stationed at Fort Mercius is someone we have crossed blades with many times. It is the Death Knight who awaits us there.
Oh, so that's who we'll be battling. Emil.
Emil? Wasn't that the name of a shitty character from the Tales of Symphonia sequel that was shitty? I believe it was. Yeah, that sequel has what I call bad sequel syndrome, although I've only seen it in one other game, that being Bravely Default 2. Or actually Bravely Second. Bravely Default 2 is its own thing.
Oh, Professor! Good timing. You have to talk some sense into my father. Recently, he's been doing nothing but work himself to the bone. Even when he's taking breaks from training and errands, he's apparently listening to reports, day in and day out. He's getting on in years, you know? I just want him to take care of himself.
I can understand that, Annette. I don't know my own father very well, but yeah, I hope he's taking care of himself. Ooh, yay! Let's check on our flowers. Yay! We have things! I honestly know nothing about gardening. let's plant a bunch of these at random. Let's plant flower seeds, because I like to have flowers. And throw in some fruit, because why not? Okay. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I've been, like I said last time, I've been kind of burned out on 3 houses for a bit, and I'm not too sure why. That was
Is it true Lady Rhea was taken to the Empire? Why'd they take Lady Rhea? Professor, they didn't take her to kill her, did they?
I don't think so.
That's good. We just gotta beat the Imperial army and get her back, right? You gotta help her, Professor. I'm begging you.
Oh yeah, sure, just defeat the Empire. What? How hard could that be? Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. I just, for the Beagles, when I get to part 2, I just lose interest in playing.
Weren't the Kingdom and Alliance once part of the same country? If you think about it that way, it makes sense for them to unite. I suppose the Kingdom was once part of the Empire as well. Even if Fodlan came together, I wouldn't be surprised if it fell apart again.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah, once you get to part 2 in Beagles, or once I do anyway.
Fort Mercius is next, huh? Ah, the memories. It's a huge stronghold in my father's domain. The town's completely surrounded by high walls. I used to run around there when I was a kid. Way back when a fortress was just a playground for me. Yeah, those were the days.
Neat. Yeah, but as for why I lose interest once I get to part 2, I'm not entirely sure. For the Crimson Flower route, I think it's,
Just as we suspected, Lady Rhea was taken to the Imperial capital. We must get to the capital as quickly as possible. So many people are worried sick about her. I do wonder when Claude managed to learn Lady Rhea's whereabouts. He's pretty shrewd. I can't help but admire him.
Yeah, actually.
I wonder where Claude will go. From the sound of it, he's leaving Fodlan altogether. He was strangely gallant about the whole thing. Even left his relic behind. Elusive and mysterious to the end, isn't he?
Yeah, I bet he is. Anyway, I think part of the reason I lose interest with the Crimson Flower route is that there's just no break. After you beat Chapter 12, and then go into Chapter 13, on Crimson Flower, it's just the same old routine, just starting back up all over again with no pause. And that kind of wore me out. Whereas in the, if you do Silver Snow route inside Against Edelgard, then you lose access to your lord and their main sidekick.
You know, Professor, laying siege to a keep is like asking a girl out on a date. First, you get past her defenses, then you make your move.
You might be right about that.
See, you get it. Our fearless leader, on the other hand, he's never been good with the ladies. Anyway, I figure you go after the main gate. You take that out, and I'm sure we can win. Of course, you're making the tactical calls. I'm happier to follow than to lead.
Oh.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Is it true that we'll be assaulting Fort Mercius next? That doesn't sound like the brightest idea. I've heard that it's built to withstand an attack from even the largest of armies. And not to tell you how to do your job, but don't do it. I'm not ready to say my final goodbyes to everyone.
Yeah. The funny thing I find about the Verdant Wind route is that they go straight
the Alliance
to.
is just gone. It's hard to believe. The merchants of Deirdre all have nerves of steel. I'm sure they'll be up and running again in no time.
Yeah, on the Verdant Wind route, you just go directly to Fort Mercius after the battle on Gronder Field. So it's pretty much like either the Verdant Wind route, Claude ends up with a better army than Dimitri does, so he's just able to go from one victory to the next without pause. Whereas Dimitri loses a lot of allies and resources at Gronder and has to reconsolidate by taking the Empire. Well, at least I think that's the idea.
Death Knight. going to fight the Death Knight?
You seem concerned.
To be perfectly honest, I am.
Yeah, well, we do know that the Death Knight is her, younger brother, Emil, and I do believe there was a thing in the library that I never looked at, that goes over that, Emil actually slaughtered everyone else in his birth house.
Even in the kingdom, only a few people knew about His Highness and Edelgard's relationship. Me? I always knew those two to be like brother and sister. To think that we would come to see this world where they are at war with one another. I live it, and can still barely imagine such a truth.
It was inevitable. This is a Fire Emblem game after all. There has to be tragic relationship between the main hero and the villain, I think. I don't know. Actually, no, that doesn't seem to be essential.
Fort Mercius is a keep that was constructed to defend the Imperial capital, Enbar. We cannot enter the capital without first capturing that fort. But once we have it, the city should be almost entirely at our mercy. Now that we know Rhea is there, we must move with the utmost urgency.
Almost. Yeah, well, almost only counts in horseshoes.
The Death Knight. I shudder to think of him. Professor, you remember my connection to him, do you not?
Of course.
I am still working through the trauma from back then. All these years later. If we meet him, I swear I will have my revenge.
Well, I know he took your blood, but did he do anything else to you? Hopefully nothing too censored.
Each step closer to Enbar, I'm reminded of another part of my past. Riches and poverty, glory and failure. That city has it all. And if I'm honest, sometimes I miss it. That's how the past works, though, isn't it? It's always a different story than what you really lived.
Yeah, I guess so. When you look back on life, people tend to be a lot luckier than they give themselves credit for. Like, a lot of situations seem like very implausible odds.
From this point onward, we're in all-out war with the Empire. Are you prepared, Professor?
I am.
I'm
Are
glad
you?
to hear it. That means we can approach the coming battles with peace of mind. First, we capture Fort Mercius. The fighting will undoubtedly be brutal, but we must prevail. As far as this army and I are concerned, you're our last ray of hope. We are relying on you.
No snap. No pressure or anything, right? Right.
Claude has stepped down from leadership, and Leicester is now a vassal state of Fargus. The lords of the Western Kingdom are beginning to declare fealty to us in greater numbers also. The Empire is our only remaining enemy.
Woo! Well, there is one other enemy, but I think we inadvertently took them out already. Or most of them, anyway.
We defeated Lord Arundel. The Emperor must have been surprised. If we can keep up that fervor, perhaps we'll capture Fort Mercius and move on to the Imperial capital. We must not be overconfident, though.
Let's proceed with caution.
Yes, I concur. Humans and beasts are ultimately the same. When they're cornered, they lash out however they can. They fight for their lives. Who knows how the Emperor will lash out? We have to be careful.
Extra careful. Wait, Felix, why do you have 2 swords on your belt? Is that handy? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It seems somewhat unnecessary, but in a game like Fire Emblem, when your sword breaks, you do need another one. Let's see. Was there something else I was going to go on about? I already forgot. Yeah, I thought I was going to bring up something else, and then it just completely slipped my mind. Oh well.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. The Alliance is a thing of the past now. Times are changing fast these days. It's hard to keep up, even for me. I wonder if Abyss is on the verge of change too. Change leads to uncertainty, and uncertainty leads to... change? I don't know, I'm just a guard.
A very handsome guard, though. Let's see. Oh, right, I was going to talk about how we inadvertently took out the a group who serves as antagonists on the other routes. Since Ariandel was their leader, posing as someone else, taking him out helps to dismantle that group. Doesn't completely destroy them, but I believe the epilogue takes care of that.
Everyone seems pumped about fighting the Empire at long last. Personally, I find it difficult to get excited about killing people, no matter what side they're on. I'm on yours. It's that simple. If you fought alongside the Imperial army, so would I.
Yeah, that's because Byleth is an overpowered bitch. To put it lightly.
We need to mop up the mess in the kingdom quickly. My family lives in Fargus, as do my people. I want to avoid exposing them to danger.
Your people?
My mother. She's been ill for a long time now. Moving her away just isn't an option. So for them, more than anything, I hope we can end this swiftly and give everyone the lives they deserve.
Yes, we will do the best we can. Let's see, I believe we just got 2 more people to talk to. Yeah, Balthus and Constance. Oh, look, they're both over here.
So, Claude abandoned the Alliance and ran off. I have a pretty good idea of where he went. Where anyone would go in his situation. Somewhere he belongs.
What's he gonna do there? Or where did he go?
He must have gone there to do something he can't achieve in Fodlan. He may be gone, but he left his troubles behind. Now it's on us to clean up his mess.
Oh, joy. We're basically like Claude's maids.
It's not that I don't sympathize with Lady Edelgard's goals, mind you, but perhaps not to the point of shedding blood for her ideals.
Perhaps not.
Of course, but I've gone down a different road. Peace in Fodlan and a restored House Nouvelle shall be my guiding star as I blaze my own trail.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and call that here. Thank you all. Oh, wait, there's one more
The
dude.
alliance is finished, is it? The leader's gone? That damn prince. Seems my role here is at an end. No matter. Should another chance present itself, I'll take a less subtle route.
Very suspicious. Anyway, I'll call that here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.